Hey everyone, it is Anna Runyon, and I have been doing a lot of phone calls, I should say Zoom calls, with people who are interested in launching career coaching businesses because our career coach certification application is now open. So you can go to classycareergirl.com/apply, check out more about the program and apply if you are interested in speaking to me about joining this cohort that starts next month. So one of the questions I keep getting over and over again this time, I don't know what it is, but this time around, as we've opened the doors, I keep getting the question of, are you going to help me build my website as a career coach? Like, do I need to do this? How do I do this? Is this something you're going to help me with in my certification program? So I wanted to do this training today on why you don't need a website as a beginner career coach, because I think a lot of you think you need to do this right away, and you're actually spending more time creating the website than you are finding the clients. And I want you to put your focus on finding the clients and serving people and solving problems, because that's going to be what's going to grow your business. So I want to give you a list of 7 things today that you need to have before we even worry about the website. Because honestly, it is something that a lot of our coaches in our certification program are working on throughout the certification program, but it's not one of the first things that we teach. It's not one of the first things that we focus on in the program. There is tech support, but in the beginning, here are the 7 things that I want you to focus on if you are a new career coach. Don't worry about the website. Focus on these things first. The first thing you want to focus on is your elevator pitch, because that is going to go front and center on your website. I spent on my latest website rebrand, which, by the way, you do not need to spend thousands of dollars on a website. You can do this very affordably when you are ready to launch your website. You can do this on a very affordable side. But when I recently did my rebrand for my website, I spent so much time on my elevator pitch like that. If you go to classycareergirl.com on the homepage, I spent so much time crafting the words on the homepage and the about page. And so that's what we do in the program. We spend the beginning of the program really working on what your specialization is, what your niche is, which is the second thing that you want to have. We spend a lot of time working on your elevator pitch. I'm reviewing that. We're doing one-on-one coaching so I can help you with your elevator pitch just to make sure that that stands out, because that's going to be what your potential client sees right away. The third thing that you need to work on is your bio. So we want to package up all the amazing stuff that you're coming to the table with as a career coach, and we want to put that into your bio so people, it's almost like we're bragging about ourselves. Sometimes we're afraid to brag about ourselves, but in this section of your bio, we really want to brag about ourselves and show all the things that we're coming to the table with as a coach. Because you're not just starting today, you're taking all that experience that you've had over the years in your prior work experience and everything that you've done, even in your personal life, and that's going to come in as a coach. So that's the third thing that you need to work on before your website, because it's going to go on your website eventually. So all this work that we're going to do in certification is going to make, once it's time to build the website, so much easier. The fourth thing that you need first before a website, we need your calendar. We need an application that we can send people to so that they can book a time in your calendar to book a sales call with you. I would much rather you be sending people to your calendar so we can actually talk to them and tell them how we can help them than a website. It's just a way more better use of your time. So I recommend Calendly. That's what I used for my calendar system. It's free to have one calendar on there. And then also you can put kind of like your application together using like a free Google survey, or you can put your application just straight on Calendly. That I would much rather have you focus on than building your website. So that's the fourth thing. The fifth thing that we want to do before we build a website is to do practice coaching and to show that we know how to solve people's problems and to get that experience so we really understand our clients' challenges and their frustrations and their goals. And that leads into doing sales calls as well too, because that's another great way to figure out people's problems and figure out how we can support and help them, so that you will know then the market research and the copy that should go on the website when you're ready to create your website. So that's the fifth thing. The sixth thing is you need a place to start creating content weekly. Now, when I did start with a website back in 2010 because it was a passion project. I never imagined it would even turn into my business. So I started a website just for a passion, just for fun, just to write, because I was over my day job and I needed a creative outlet. And so back then, I wrote a weekly blog post. And so I still to this day recommend a weekly piece of content, but you do not need to be publishing a blog. These days, now that we are I'm recording this in 2023, you can go live. So I didn't have that back in 2010 when I was starting my blog. But today it's so much easier to go live on Instagram, to go live on Facebook, to go live. You can even go live on LinkedIn or on YouTube. You can even pre-record a video like I'm doing right now very easily on my computer. You can then upload that to these social media platforms. But I want you to do that every single week. You do not need to have a website to do that. Eventually, of course, Anna is going to tell you to take that content to put on your website. So this video that you're seeing, you'll also see this content on my website. And so every week I'm posting either a weekly blog post, I'm posting a weekly podcast. And so I'm making sure the content on social media is getting on my website. So long-term, you definitely want the website. And we want to make sure that we're bringing that content to that website because that is your home base. That is where people are going to find you eventually. So you don't need to have a blog, just go live. Very easy to get started. And the seventh thing I want you to have before you even worry about your website is I want you to have a sales page for a digital product. And so this to me really is your website when you're just getting started, I want you to start building that cash flow into your business so that you can see that there is a market and you can really understand what your audience needs, what their challenges are. And you're showing then that you're an expert in that area. You're showing that you have an expertise, you know how to solve a problem, and we're actually selling a lower price point digital product. So I recommend this for all of our coaches that they have a lower price point digital product that builds trust and builds a relationship with their audience. And so that way, when their audience does get on a sales call with them, they already have built that relationship with them. They already know, like, and trust them as well. So I highly recommend that all of our coaches have a digital product. And I would much rather have you spend the time creating that sales page, that one page on online. So that is kind of like your website. That is where you can send people to show them what you're doing and to make a sale. Because that's what this is all about when you're beginning. I want you to get that first client. I want you to make that first sale because it's so much easier after you make that first sale to make the second and the third, double your income after that and to continue to grow your business. Then it's just little tweaks that we can do. And it's so much easier to grow, but it all begins with that first sale. So just simply a website might not necessarily get you that first sale. But the other things we talked about today, like your calendar link, that's going to get you a phone call, a sales call into a sale. A digital product sales page, that's going to get you a sale and you're going to actually start to generate income into your business. So I hope this has been helpful just to review the 7 things you need before we even start thinking about your website. And by the way, we have plenty of training on building websites that we have inside of our certification program if you are interested in joining. So we do teach that and we will help you with all the tech and to start create a very affordable website to get started. But the 7 things we teach our clients to do first in the program is create their elevator pitch, create their bio, create their calendar so someone can apply and book a sales call with them, to figure out your niche and your specializations, do your practice coaching and your sales calls, and start to create that weekly content schedule, like going live or pre-recording a video on social media, and then creating your digitle product sales page instead. So I hope this has been helpful. Go to www.classycareerville.com/apply to learn more about certification and apply right now while doors are open. We are going to get started with our next cohort of career coaches soon. So I'm super excited to get started and I hope I get to see you inside.